Good afternoon to everyone. In today's video, we will go with the explanation of our second experiment. Our second experiment is calculation of resistance, inductance, capacitance and surge impedance of three-phase transmission line. So already we know that in three-phase transmission line we are having the symmetrical and unsymmetrical formats. So we are cross-checking that one with a problem. Okay, so here I am considering a problem to find out the resistance, inductance and capacitance and surge impedance of a 100 kilometers long transmission line, 100 kilometers long transmission line, which is having the three-phase transmission line, which is having the identical conductors. That means all the conductors are having the same diameter. All the conductors are having the same diameter, which is 1.24 centimeters, and all the conductors are placed at the corners of equilateral triangle. That means it is a symmetrical one. Okay, so the distance between those conductors, the distance between those conductors are 2 meters. And here I am assuming whatever the type of material is aluminum. So the rho value for aluminum is 2.82 into 10 power minus 8 ohm meter. Okay, ohm meter. That is at standard temperature they mentioned in given data sheet. So I am considering that at 20 degrees centigrade here. Before going into this complete discussion, I just want to discuss this. Okay, so when coming to your resistance, whether it is single phase, three phase, symmetrical or unsymmetrical, the resistance value is only one, rho L by A. Okay, so whatever this rho value is there, it depends upon the type of the material and length of the transmission line. This is area of cross section. Since it is in circle, when you go with the cross sectional view, our transmission line, even though it is in for looking it is in long wire, when you go with the front view, cross sectional view, it is in circle. That's why we consider it as pi r square. So whatever this pi value is 1.34, and the radius we are considering, please remember here we are considering the entire radius of the transmission line. Okay, I'm just representing this what we call conductors here. This is the equilateral triangle of 2 meters apart, 2 meters distance. So I am considering this one. 3 conductors I am placing. Okay, so when I calculating this rho resistance value, so I want to place all the units in one in one format. So I am considering the meters as my standard unit here. So this is in meters, kilometers now, so I am converting into 10 power 3. Okay, into 10 power 3, and whatever this radius, so for radius 1.24 now I am divided that one, so I got 0.62 centimeters. To convert into the meters, I just multiplied with minus 2, 10 power minus 2. I got this resistance value is 23 ohms. Okay, so up to now we calculated the resistance. Whereas coming to this inductance, please understand this point. Where coming to your inductance is the phenomena. Inductance is the phenomena which depends upon your magnetic field. For example, if I am considering any conductor, the magnetic field, whatever the magnetic flux influence, whatever the magnetic flux lines, not only because of this same conductor, whatever the other conductors, because of this also some magnetic flux lines are flows through it. Okay, we will consider those magnetic flux also. We will consider those, magnetic flux due to same conductor we are considering. Whatever the same conductor is there, we are considering. At the same time, due to neighboring conductors also we are considering. We will consider those two things. Based upon that, we will calculate our inductance values. So when you consider this same conductor, how much effective area influenced, we will consider that one as GMR. Okay, GMR, geometric mean radius. If you consider the other conductors, the distance between other conductors, we will consider in the name of GMD. Okay, GMD, geometric mean distance. Okay, geometrical mean distance. So please understand, in your inductance, in the calculation of your inductance, you got the 2 points. First one is the GMR and GMD. Please remember, this is the flux. Due to the influence of the other conductor, we are assuming. Okay, since whatever the conductors we are considering, they are coaxial circles, coaxial shape. So for calculation of GMR, simply remember the effective radius will be 0.7788 into actual radius. Whereas coming for the GMD, the distance between, for example, if I am having 3 conductors here, A, B and C, the effective, the GMD value will be the distance between AB, BC and CA whole power. How many conductors are there? 3 conductors. So I am considering 3. Since I am having this 3 are same values, because since it is a symmetrical one, I got only cube, whole power 1 by 3 na? So it will be same. So the effective, the GMD value in your symmetrical one, it is same. Okay, it will be same. So I am calculating the GMR and GMD values. Directly I am substituting in formulae. Okay, whatever the inductance formulae here, I am replacing. Place all those values. So 1.206 into 10 power minus 6 Henry meter. Okay. Later for capacitance, please remember, for the capacitance we will not consider the GMR value. We never considered. Whatever the capacitance is, it is surface to ground now. So the effective radius will be the complete one. So that's why we will consider directly the radius. Okay, again I am placing all the values and find out in this. Whereas coming for the surge impedance, is equals to square root of L by C. So it depends upon your inductance and capacitance values. I am just replacing this and I am find out in this one. Please remember this, the same problem I just go with the unsymmetrical. So the only variation is instead of same distance, please observe this placement here itself. So instead of symmetrical, I am just going unsymmetrical. That means the first 2 conductors are 2 meters, second 2 are 2 meters, and coming to the distance between for the first and last one will be the 4 meters. Okay, so the only variation I got at in the calculation of GMD. This is the variation I got. Similarly, I apply for the remaining. Similarly, I am replacing that effective distance or whatever the GMD value in calculation of inductance and capacitances. I got these values. Okay. So once I got these values, capacitances, I'm replacing in the surge impedance. Okay. So please remember here up to this point, I'm just give the how to calculate this in theoretical calculations. Our main intention is to write the coding in our C language. Write the coding in C language. No? So from the problem, please remember. Please observe here. From the problem. Okay. From the problem. Okay. From the problem. I have the inputs of in the problem. Okay, in the problem I have the inputs of diameter of the conductor. Okay, diameter of conductor and length of the transmission line. Length of the transmission line, and next distance. Okay, distance between your conductors. So simply take this one as the input from the user. So already with our previous knowledge of MATLAB, we use the input function. We use the input function, and we assign this one to a particular variable for DL and distance capital D you can mention. Please remember one point. The symbol in our MATLAB, whatever the L and 1 both are look similar, please observe that variation. Okay, later directly substitute your R value. Okay, directly write the statement R into rho into L by A. Whatever the A is there, we are representing pi R square. Okay, if for pi R square you can go with the R or R power 2. Both are valid. Okay, next one for inductance, 2 into 10 power. Okay, 10 power minus 7. 2 into 10 power minus 7 ln. Okay, ln dm by ds. I just want to remember say one point. In our regular whatever this theoretical calculations, here we use the ln. Okay, ln. That means logarithmic base e. Whatever this ln, we call it as an natural logarithmic, or what we call. Okay, so when coming to MATLAB, please observe the one variation. Please observe one variation. We didn't have this ln directly. We didn't have this ln. Log itself we have. Okay, log itself we have. This represents base e in MATLAB. Okay, base e in MATLAB. Okay, if you want to represent base 10, you have to represent log 10. Okay, log 10, that is base 10. This is the format in MATLAB. Okay, naturally we call natural logarithm here ln. What we call ln. It is nothing but logarithmic in base e in our regular mathematics. But whereas coming for MATLAB, log is the one. Okay, directly log. Okay, direct function log is the one. Base e. Okay, base e MATLAB. The representation will be. If you want to represent for the base 10, you go with the log 10 in MATLAB. Okay, again substitute in C. Sorry. Place the capacitance value. Okay, 2 pi for pi. Okay, for pi You can write 3.14 or you can write the small pi. Okay, both are valid. So directly substitute the epsilon naught value 8.5 into 10 power minus 12. Okay, and log of dm by r. Okay, you can directly assign that value. After that, to find out the surge impedance, square root, for use the square root you can go with the sqrt function, always see. Okay, after using your display functions you can display the r, l, c and z values. Okay, this is very simple program. Just only you have to mention the, you have to take the inputs from the user and we have to substitute those values into a formula. Okay, whatever the representation. So please remember few points. Whatever the parentheses you using for multiplication or to may specify this is one particular value, those parentheses opening and closing, you must be careful. If you are unnecessarily opening many parentheses of, or if you supposed to close those things, or if you place excess parenthesis as a closing one, it gives a syntax error as unbalancing of parentheses. So please beware, take the note of it. If you got any syntax error of parentheses, maybe you forget to close or you are unnecessarily opened any parentheses. So I think you will be clear. We will cross check these theoretical calculations in our practical session. Okay, thank you. You may understand this.